There's a lot of different areas in crypto to invest. How do you choose like where to invest? Yo, Kay, like what are you investing in as far as it relates to crypto? I'll tell you exactly what I'm investing in. Cardano, Litecoin, Polkadot. So this is Cosmo. That's how we got here to be able to have money to invest, right? One of my frat brothers, he called me, he was like, yo, Kay, like what are you investing in as far as it relates to crypto? So I'll just read it off to you guys. Just keep it simple, right?
I'm curious too.
So in this down market, well, you know, market's going back and forth, but I'll tell you exactly what I'm investing in. So this is my Coinbase account. Solana, Engine, Cosmos, which I'll talk about in the next question. Ethereum, Avalanche, Bitcoin, Storage, which is a storage company, Fetch AI, Cardano, Litecoin, Polkadot, and AMP. Helium, Terra, also known as Luna, VeChain, Reserve Rights, and then I got some Ethereum in this folder. USDC, because I've been learning about staking, but I'll talk about staking like in the next one. But that's everything. So if you want to know like what I'm invested in, that's everything that I'm invested in between two accounts, which is Coinbase and then crypto.com. All right, and the last question for today is, there's a lot of different areas in crypto to invest. How do you choose like where to invest? So here's how I answer that. The two areas that I'm super bullish on in crypto right now, one is decentralized finance. And more specifically, because I don't think like, this is like a Q&A, we'll probably dive into some of these topics deeper, but I'm really interested in like how staking works. So how to put your money up and actually get a return on it. So you'll see some videos where there's some crazy returns. I'm not that non-risk averse or whatever the term is, meaning that like, I ain't putting my money up for 8,000% return because that sounds shady to me.
Yeah.
But what I did do was I've been investing in Cosmo, been putting about $200 a month in. I was curious to see if staking actually worked because the banks no longer give you any money on your return. Like you put your money in like a bank back in the day when our parents were around, like it was like 5%. Now it's like
0.9
because they're really pushing you towards trying to invest. Exactly. Yeah. So where can you park your money safely? I think it's decentralized finance. So I'm putting $2,400 into Cosmo, and then I'll make a video on what my returns were and how that experience was.
We definitely got to do a video on staking. I want to understand it more, but the first question I have about it is, if the coin loses value, but it's staked at a certain percentage, let's say you're 2,400, the price of the coin drops and now it's 2,000. You get 5% of that 2,000. So it's like, it'll stake even that lower amount, but obviously if the value rises, it'll stake that higher amount. Is the percentage based on what it's worth no matter what?
No, it's based on what the price worth at that time.
Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is, how can a place that stakes afford to pay a percentage on a wild increase that wasn't expected? Like look at Dogecoin. That obviously jumped 21,000% overnight and it was insane. I don't think you can stake Doge. I'm just using an example. What if a bank all of a sudden owes 5% on a $21,000 increase to mad people? How do you guarantee that money? Like how, I don't know. I mean, there's probably a way that they cover themselves, but I'm just saying like.
You're trying to understand the business model and I don't think we can explore it deeply here because it's not, because it'll take too much time. Okay. But the way I understand the basic principle is like how you like loan money. Right. So like I'm staking my coin. I don't have access to it. Right. Because you can't touch it. That's a good point. But now other people, like now traders, like, but it gives like liquidity to the market. Right. So you borrow like my money. Right. Now Mac wants to run options or derivatives trading. You borrow on that money. I'm charging you for that. And so they're making money on your money, and that's typically how they pay you out. They got to make sure that...
But if your money, if it's losing, then what they owe you goes down too. Like if you stake at 5% and it drops to 2,000.
Oh, but then they're only paying you
They only have to pay you out of what's lost.
No, so they're paying you the same amount. They're just timesing it times whatever like the coin's worth. So like let's say the original agreement was... You threw $1,000 in and it was 200 a coin, and they were paying at 5%. That's one amount. Right. Market crashes. Your whole portfolio for Cosmo was 1,000. Now it's worth 300. Now that 5% is multiplied times that 300. Right. So you're actually down.
Daily though?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I understand it. Okay. This question was about decentralized, like what am I doing? Like what are like some of the current trends in crypto? Yeah. And where am I focused? I would say decentralized finance, more specifically staking. So how to like, once I have my money in crypto, how do I put it somewhere where it earns a percentage that's the least risky? Whatever that means, right? But this is a cool example. So this is Cosmo. So you see I've been dollar cost averaging, and then you see like the crypto rewards. This happened on March 19th. This one happened on March 25th. So why I did this was so we could learn how it works. Right. So March 4th. So it seems like it's a cadence, and I don't want to deep dive into it, but the whole point is I got the data now to show
put together,
exactly like how everything works, and then you go here, and then it tells you how much I've earned lifetime, right?
Is there a penalty if you try to pull the stake out before the agreed upon term? I'm sure there is.
So it depends on each app.
Because you have to pick a length of time, right? Like 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, no?
I think it depends on the app.
Okay.
So here's what I mean by that. I think with Cosmo, you can pull it out the same time.
Cosmo,
like it just stops, right? So I've earned $10 so far. Pros to earning that is, it works.
Right.
Cons of it is that Cosmo dipped when the market dipped, so I was at a loss overall in my portfolio. But I guess the best case scenario is if Cosmo goes up and I get to keep all the interest.
You get to keep the staked money, the interest, money, and the rise on the coin.
And the rise on the coin. So Cosmo does it one way, but then I also put some money in USDT because I'm testing that one also on crypto.com. They require you to hold your money for 3 months. So some applications...
That's too short, though. I would think you want more.
No, they can give you more. They give
That's
you
just the minimum,
like different rates. They're like, hey, we'll give you X amount of percentage to hold your money for 3 months, but you can't pull it out for 3 months.
Right.
So that's how that one works.
Yeah.
This one on Coinbase with Cosmo is a little bit different, where they're like, fluid. You could pull it out and in and out, but we're gonna pay you every X amount of days.
Right.
Like whatever
I got you.
this thing was, like whatever. Like
I like that one better, but they might be more favorable if they lock you in longer. I don't know.
I think that USDT or the one on crypto was more like it was a higher percentage. Like don't quote me on it, but I think it was more than 5%, and that's why I was testing it. So it's almost like I've taken baby steps. I started at the bottom. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put 2 G's in the Cosmo, see what happens,
and then same thing over here and see which one works out better. Yeah,
I did that so we can have a specific conversation. So when people ask me detailed questions, I'm not a bystander. I got $2,400 in. You can get that by doing $200 a month. Here's what they paid me. Here's what the risk. Here's the pros and cons. One of our next videos is going to be on staking and also on Cosmo and my experience with it. We'll make another video on USDT and when that 3 months is up, how that worked out. And then people can make a decision for themselves.